Get exclusive content weekly and the chance to even be a part of some of it with Patreon Goes Postal or advice Patreon asked for. Support the habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. This may come as a shock to you, but I can admit when I'm wrong. 3 years ago, I put out a video called The YouTube Subscriber Conspiracy, attempting to debunk the idea that YouTubers who start seeing a drop in views are doing so because YouTube's not showing their content to people anymore. Since that time, YouTube has shared more analytics with us, and I've learned new info. So while this video might seem completely against that video, I'm still on board with a few things I said there, but YouTube's also fucking people over, and there were a few things I was wrong about. This also may come as a shock to you, but YouTube actually has a customer service team that creators can contact. What will come as no surprise to you, however, is that they're about as useful as testicles to an incel. I've had to reach out to YouTube support a handful of times over the years, and the only time I've ever had any real success with them was in getting verified, which is something they no longer do through support. So they got rid of the one thing that they were able to actually assist with. But I want to share an experience with you that I had recently that might also show you guys a little behind-the-scenes look at my channel. And expose a conspiracy? Well, maybe not, but we'll get to that. So a month or so ago, I put out a video called Crime vs. COVID-19. After the success of my coronavirus comedy video, and having looked at the entertainment industry during the pandemic in my new music versus the coronavirus video, I thought I'd take a fun look at crime stats in these times of uncertainty, as every radio commercial calls them, and it did terrible in what is considered the crucial first 48 hours. Now, I'm fully willing to admit two things. One, my channel has decreased in popularity even since my comeback. I have a few ideas why. Maybe my brand of negative comedy isn't what people are interested in right now. Maybe everyone else is creating more content now as their way to give people something to do, meaning everyone's kind of just drowning each other out. Maybe I'm actually making too much content and you guys only want to hear from me once a week. Maybe you think I sold out with Patreon. I don't know. But two, people might just be getting sick of hearing about the coronavirus. They certainly weren't at the beginning. My first video on the subject has way more views than videos that should be way more popular. But if YouTube doesn't show people the video, then it definitely can't get views. Here's a look at my analytics for a regular video. As you can see, there's a pretty steady curve for the first 2 days before it starts flattening out. Insert coronavirus pun here, yeah, whatever. This is because for those first 48 hours, it's appearing in people's subscription feeds, and this appears to be how most of my audience watches videos. After 48 hours, it's getting buried by their other subscriptions and fewer people are watching. I also didn't spend the last 5 years begging subscribers to ring that bell, so I have very few subscribers with notifications on, but either way, most people see my videos from the subscription feed. That is a fact. That little dip between day 1 and day 2 followed by a little mini surge, that's the middle of the night in North America, picking up in the morning, because the biggest chunk of my audience is from the US and Canada. YouTube also shows you the impressions, that is, how many times it's showing your video to an audience. So, with my Crime vs. COVID-19 video, the regular surge starts for the first 6 hours before almost completely flattening out. In the first 6 hours, the video gets 21,000 views. Then in the next 21 hours, it gets 5,000 views? I know my most popular days are behind me. It ain't 2015 anymore. I ain't getting 750,000 views talking about otherkin, or 400,000 views just by uploading a scumbags of the internet. But holy shit, that's a hell of a drop-off in 6 hours. So, I look further. During that 21-hour period, I ask a few of my friends if my latest videos in their subscription feeds. They say, "No, your most recent video according to YouTube's a live video," which was the previous video I had done. I check my alt account where I'm subscribed to myself, ensuring I guess that I'll always have one subscriber, and sure as shit, I can't see it either. I check the analytics for reach, and would you look at that? First 6 hours, they show the video to 146,000 people, then for 21 hours after that, they show it to an additional 8,000 people before it surges up again. So something happened in that 21-hour period. The conspiracy theory is that YouTube is suppressing COVID-19 related content, though that hadn't happened for my first two. But maybe it's because I used the technical name this time? But why did it show for 6 hours and then leave? Why wasn't it just suppressed right away? And why did it come back? Well, for those answers, maybe YouTube's support team can help me. Who knows? Maybe they've got better than that time when I got a community guidelines strike for making fun of myself and they didn't do anything about it. So, I live chat with them. They tell me, everything's working as intended. Of course it is. So I press them, and they finally say that they'll have someone else look into it. Day or two later, I get an email back that's about 15 paragraphs and includes links to things like the Creator Academy and watch time optimization tips. All form email bullshit. The part where they go off script, they tell me that 90% of your views come from non-subscribers. Well, that's fucking news to me. So I clicked the link, and they got it fucking backwards. Now I can see how easy a mistake that would be to make. You see how this part says subscribers, and there's a number beside it, and then this part says non-subscribers, and then there's a different, much smaller number beside it? I mean, that is 2 numbers. How many people can keep that many numbers straight in their head? So I emailed them back with the screenshot saying, look at the flat line. The video wasn't appearing in subscription feeds at this time. YouTube's not showing this video to anyone. Then, once it was again, I started getting views again. The reply I get back, oh, you're looking at your impressions data. Yeah, I know I am. I'm showing you that YouTube stopped showing my video to a significant portion of my audience. They give me an explanation of what counts as an impression, and then later on in the email, I get the, overall, your video is working as it should be. Would it kill them to admit there was a glitch? I'd even accept, yeah, that does look weird. I have no idea. We didn't have any outages reported, but I can see if there's some reason why your stats look different than they should, and then never hear from them again. Not a 15-paragraph email that also includes a link to YouTube basics and a bunch of deflections about how it looks like your channel's doing great. I know it's not. It's doing shitty. I lose 1,600 subscribers a month, and I've gone from 1 million views a month to 680,000 and dropping. I didn't email YouTube emotional support. I emailed technical support. Don't tell me I'm good. I don't give a shit about that. Fix the fucking problem. So why are impressions important? Because that's just how YouTube's set up and how viewers are wired now. In my previous video, I said, well, people should just go to your channel if they like you. But they're not going to, are they? Only about 5% of my audience does that. I'd bet that number's even lower for some channels. People don't log into Netflix every day and search shows individually to see if it has new episodes. They find out that there's new episodes when Netflix tells them in some way. In fact, in my own video, I had a slide saying I like Mike Tyson mysteries, and I don't have to be told when it's on. Well, turns out last year it had come back for half a season before I found out. If Netflix had sent me an alert or featured it with like a new episodes of your favorite shows section, I'd have started watching it sooner. Instead, I only happened to Google the show, wondering if it was canceled, and was surprised to find out not only were they making more, they were already out. Buckley, you played yourself. In another email to their support, I just wanted to see if they could help me understand why one week YouTube decided to show my video to 840,000 people, and the next week they showed my video to 508,000 people. Because this is out of every creator's control. 40% fewer people saw my thumbnail for my musical autopsy than saw my video about Drake. That's a pretty steep drop-off in a week for the algorithm to be like, don't show this guy's shit to as many people anymore. Because if my data is correct anyway, most people are watching my video by going to YouTube, clicking subscriptions, or just scrolling through their recommended, and watching those videos. And as we know, most of my views come from subscribers. That's how viewers use the service. Their answer? Well, maybe your viewers are on vacation. What? During a global pandemic, maybe 40% of my subscribers are on vacation? No. Either the video isn't appearing in people's subscription feeds, or YouTube isn't recommending my new videos to subscribers because of the algorithm. But now maybe half my audience fucked off for the weekend. They're all at CoronaCon lined up at the kissing booth staffed by Justin Trudeau and Tom Hanks' wives. So hopefully you enjoyed this very honest look at a channel that I don't know if anyone else would give you. And for those of you who are like, Buckley, since when do you care about views? I don't entirely, clearly, or I'd have cried and taken my ball and gone home the moment I put out a musical autopsy that got less than 100,000 views. But I want them to show my video to the people who fucking click subscribe. I don't think that's too much to ask. But I'll ride this fucking channel right back down to the bottom if that's what happens. Remember, my 10 worst songs of 2011 video, you know, the one with 10 million views? It got 19,000 views in the first month it existed. I remember being so excited with that. My musical autopsy of Black and Yellow, released 10 years ago this month, got less than 1,400 views in the first month. Never forget where you came from, people. I'll be the first channel to go from 0 subscribers to 600,000 subscribers back down to 0 subscribers. People will do those dumb, what happened to a dose of Buckley videos, like I was some former child star who found out what heroin was at the age of 7. I'll keep making this shit as long as I'm still having fun again, which I definitely am. And showing you how bad YouTube's support is, and biting the hand that feeds, well, that's my idea of a grand fucking time.